So I wanted to talk a little bit more about work planes. And you've seen the blue work plane that we've had. The blue work plane is still here. It's this blue box right here. But I added a second work plane, and I did this because I wanted something. I wanted something that allows me. It's a little easier to add shapes if you use second or third work planes. And so you'll see. So I use this work plane to add this shape, the cardioid. Let me highlight it. This one. And I can move it, now that I have it this way, I can move it left to right, in front of or in back of this work plane. So you see, I'm going to leave it right here and let's see what that looks like. Let's move it around. Oops. Let's see, I want to click on my cardioid, and there we go. So this is what I can do if it's on this work plane. But I'm going to show you what I want to do now that I have I want to create another work plane because I want to add another cardioid or heart. It looks like a heart design on this end of my bridge. So I'm going to create a work plane, and to create one, you click on this up here, and you might have to move your design around before you create a new work plane. So you might have to try this a few times. You see, now that I put it over, this allows you to create work planes on different areas. So if you wanted a work plane, if I wanted to put my heart on top of the bridge right here, I would create a work plane here. If I wanted to put my heart on this side of the bridge, I could create a work plane here. Or if I wanted to put it in the corner, I could create a work plane here. But I want my heart to be on the opposite end of the heart I just made. So I place my work plane right there, and now you see I have a space where I can edit and put my design. And it's a lot easier. So let's see. Let's put the home page. Let's see what that looks like. And I'm going to grab my heart. I'm going to put it right here. Let's see. So it's pretty close to being on my bridge. I'm going to make my little edits, and then I'll resume. Let's see. So I think what I had done here was I made this a little thinner. There we go. It looks pretty close. And now I have a heart on each end, and so it makes it a lot easier. So what if I want to add a pink box on top of my hearts to lay like on top of both of these, so on this one and on this one. Let's do that. I'm going to add one more work plane, and I want it to lay flat on top of my heart. So if you guys can see, let me zoom in, zoom out a little bit more. So I want it to be on top of both of these hearts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a work plane, and you see how that cone is facing up? That's where I want it. So that's where I'm gonna put it. So there we go. Let's see how that looks. Did it get on it? No, it's actually gotta be highlighted orange so that you actually get it. So that's why you might have to move it around before you actually create your next work plane. So it won't actually put it unless your work plane is highlighted orange. So let's see, it might get a little hard. Let's see, let's try that. That might not work for me because my work plane is slanted and I want it to lay flat. Let's try one more time. Okay, well, let's see. I'll try it a different way. I'm going to place it right on top of my table so that I can create another table right there. And there we go. And here you can just continue editing. And now you can see that it looks a little bit better. And I'm just going to continue moving it so that it gets in the place that I want it to. Let's see. And if you ever have trouble and you're having a hard time moving your shape back, check these numbers. If they're really high, like 900 or 1,000, then that means you're really far from the other shapes. And if you want to get it closer, make sure it gets a little closer to 0, and that means you're getting